Welcome to the Soul Ascendancy channel, where we dive deep into the mysteries of the universe and explore the unseen forces shaping our lives. If you're here today, it's no accident. Something is calling you, pulling you toward this moment, and I believe that what you're about to hear is precisely what you need. Together, let's explore the subtle signs from the universe that a parallel version of you might be trying to send you a message. There's a timeless truth embedded in the scriptures that resonates deeply with the journey of self-discovery and the recognition of divine guidance. It's a reminder that we are not meant to walk our paths alone. Proverbs 3:5-6 speaks to this beautifully. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. These words remind us that when we surrender our limited understanding and align ourselves with the wisdom of a higher power, we invite guidance from a force much greater than ourselves. Just as the Bible calls us to trust, to listen, and to follow, the signs we encounter daily are invitations to do the same. Trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, is guiding us along our path. The synchronicities, dreams, and moments of clarity are like whispers of divine intervention, urging us to open our hearts and minds. As we heed these signs, we are aligning ourselves with something greater, an eternal truth that transcends time and space, leading us toward our highest purpose. It is a profound reminder that we are not merely navigating this world with our own strength, but with divine guidance at every step. Before we begin, if this resonates with you, I invite you to engage with us by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving the word signs in the comments below. By doing this, you're signaling to the universe that you're open to receiving these messages. Now, let's take a moment to really open ourselves up and dive into the world of possibilities. Have you ever experienced a moment where everything seemed to change in an instant? Perhaps you were walking down a particular path in life, feeling certain that you were heading in the right direction, when suddenly an event, a thought, or a strange feeling made you veer off course. You might have thought of it as just a random change, but what if there was something deeper at play? What if, in that moment, you were being guided by something beyond your current understanding, something that could be reaching out to you from another version of yourself, existing in a parallel reality? Sometimes, life presents us with moments that feel almost out of place, as if they're echoes from another realm, a sign that something beyond the ordinary is trying to get through. These moments may not always make sense, and they can leave us wondering if we imagined them or if we're just overthinking. But deep down, we know they're real. And if you're here right now listening to this message, it's because there's a reason you're open to hearing these words. It's no coincidence that you're being called to explore this concept today. This is the universe's way of telling you that you are ready to discover something profound. Today, we're delving into the powerful idea that a parallel version of you, a version of yourself that is making different choices and walking down different paths, might be trying to communicate with you. This isn't just some abstract concept, it's something that has likely already happened to you, even if you didn't fully understand what was going on. These messages come in subtle, often unnoticeable ways, and once you become aware of them, they can change how you view your reality. Have you ever experienced a wave of emotion that seemingly came out of nowhere? You might have been minding your business, simply going through the motions of your day, when all of a sudden, an intense feeling washed over you. It could have been a sudden rush of happiness, an unexpected wave of sadness, or even a burst of excitement that felt out of place. You might have brushed it off, thinking it was just a fleeting mood or an emotional reaction to something insignificant. But what if that feeling wasn't entirely yours? What if it was coming from another version of you, living in a parallel reality, experiencing something deeply emotional? Imagine this in another realm. A version of you is going through a moment of intense emotion. Perhaps they are feeling love, joy, triumph, or even sadness. Since your soul is interconnected with these alternate versions of yourself, their emotions can sometimes ripple across the boundaries of reality, reaching you in the form of an intense, inexplicable feeling. You might not be consciously aware of it, but at a spiritual level, you are connected to these parallel versions of yourself. And when they experience something significant, their emotions can flow into your awareness, acting as messages from a different part of your soul's journey. Think of it like tuning into a distant signal. Just as a radio picks up signals from different frequencies, you can sometimes pick up on the emotional frequencies of a parallel version of yourself when they're going through something profound. These emotions may only last for a moment, but they can feel overwhelming because they are infused with the energy of that other version of you. It's not just a random mood swing, it's a direct connection to another part of you, offering a glimpse into their world and their experience. This can be a powerful way of receiving guidance. Perhaps that other version of you has learned something about love, resilience, or overcoming challenges. Maybe they've faced trials or made decisions that you haven't yet encountered in your current life. When you experience their emotions, it can offer you insight or even a warning. You might feel an overwhelming sense of love because a parallel version of you has just experienced deep love, or you might feel sadness because they are going through a loss. These emotions are not coincidental, they are part of the larger tapestry of your existence. The beauty of recognizing this connection is that it allows you to view your emotions in a completely different light. Rather than dismissing an intense feeling as just a fleeting moment, you can pause and ask yourself, is this emotion truly mine, or is it coming from somewhere beyond my immediate reality? This simple shift in perspective can help you embrace the wisdom behind these emotions and recognize that they are not isolated experiences, but part of a much larger and interconnected journey across multiple dimensions. When you open yourself to this possibility, you begin to honor the interconnectedness of your soul's journey. You start to realize that your existence is far vaster than just this current moment, and that you are constantly receiving guidance from multiple versions of yourself. Each one of these selves is experiencing different paths, choices, and lessons, and they are all reaching out to you, offering their wisdom and insights. So, the next time you experience a sudden, unexplained emotion, allow yourself to feel it fully. Don't dismiss it as just a passing mood or a random thought. Instead, lean into it and consider it a message from a parallel version of yourself. It might be trying to help you navigate a challenge or offer you a new perspective on a current situation. Embrace it as a sign that you are part of something much greater, a multidimensional self that is constantly learning, growing, and reaching across time and space to offer you guidance. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. You are constantly surrounded by the energy of your parallel selves, each one living a different life, making different choices, and facing different challenges. And when you tune into their emotions and messages, you begin to see the bigger picture, the vastness of your existence, and the incredible power of your soul's journey. Stay open to the signs and messages that come your way, for they are not random, they are purposeful and filled with wisdom. This is just the beginning of your exploration into the signs that a parallel version of you is trying to reach you. Let the journey unfold and be open to the incredible insights that await you. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle of daily life that we forget to listen to what's really calling to us, to the deeper truths that are trying to make their way into our awareness. You've probably experienced it yourself, those moments when something just clicks, when the pieces of your life seem to fall into place, or when an idea strikes out of nowhere, almost as if it were sent to you from another world, from another version of yourself. It's no coincidence, my friend. These moments, these flashes of clarity, are messages, whispers from the universe, guiding you, reminding you that there's more at play than what meets the eye. When you feel that tug, that quiet urging from within, it's a sign. Maybe it's an event, a person, or a place that calls to you. You feel it deep in your bones, a sense that this is no accident, that something greater is at work. Have you ever been drawn to a place you've never been, yet the moment you step foot there, you feel like you've come home? Or met someone who, even though you just crossed paths, feels like someone you've known forever? It's not just chance, it's not a coincidence, it's synchronicity at play. A reminder from a version of you that exists somewhere else, in another dimension, on a parallel path. These pullings, these connections, they're not random. They're invitations, offers of guidance, nudges from your higher self, urging you towards something bigger, something you're meant to experience. Your life as you know it is but one thread in a vast web of possibilities. Imagine, just for a moment, the idea that for every decision you've made, there exists another version of you who took a different path. Maybe this parallel self is living a life where they followed a different calling, took a different road, made a different choice. And now, from the depth of that parallel reality, they're reaching out, guiding you with the wisdom they've gained from their own journey. It's a beautiful concept to wrap your mind around the idea that you're not walking this path alone. Every step you take is not only influenced by your own soul's purpose, but by the paths walked by the countless versions of yourself across dimensions. The way you experience reality, the synchronicities, the feelings of deep resonance with certain people, places, and moments, they are all signs that there is a larger plan unfolding. Trusting in these signs is a matter of trusting in yourself, in your own journey, and in the wisdom that is trying to reach you from all directions. There's a divine intelligence at work, and it's always guiding you toward your true self. It's like tuning into a radio station, adjusting the dial just right to pick up the signals that have always been there, waiting for you to notice. When you do, when you pay attention to these signs, you start to recognize patterns, subtle hints, and messages that might have gone unnoticed before. The number 1111, the song lyric that plays at just the right moment, the sudden insight that hits you like a wave, they're all part of a larger communication from the universe. A message from parallel versions of yourself who have already walked this path and are reaching out to help you navigate your own. The truth is, you are not as isolated as you may feel. Every version of you, from every choice, every possibility, is still there, still moving through the web of time. And occasionally they send signals to you, reminding you of the bigger picture. These glimpses into other versions of yourself, these synchronicities, these flashes of intuition, they are all part of the dance of the universe, calling you to remember who you are, to embrace the path that aligns with your soul's deepest purpose. This connection goes beyond the physical world. It transcends the limitations of time and space. When you start to tap into it, you begin to see that everything is connected. Everything is a reflection of something deeper. You start to see the threads that link everything together, the way one moment can ripple out to affect another, the way one choice can set off a chain of events that leads you to exactly where you need to be. It's all part of the flow, part of the synchronicity that guides you toward your highest potential. And then there are the dreams. Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt so real, so vivid, that you couldn't shake it for days? Dreams are often the most direct bridge to other versions of yourself. In the dream world, time and space are fluid, and you can step into alternate realities where different choices have been made, different paths have been followed. In these dreams, you might encounter a version of yourself who has taken a different road, who lives a life that feels so close to your own, yet so different. These dreams can be powerful messages from your higher self, showing you what could be, offering you insights into paths you haven't yet walked, or reminding you of strengths and qualities you've yet to explore. Pay attention to your dreams. Don't dismiss them as just random firing of neurons. They are bridges, portals to other dimensions, to the other versions of yourself who have learned lessons that could inform your current path. Write them down when you wake up, reflect on them, and allow them to guide you. These messages from your parallel selves can hold the key to unlocking the next step on your journey, if only you're willing to listen. And then there's intuition. That quiet voice inside you that seems to know the answer before your logical mind can catch up. It's not just your gut feeling, it's the voice of your higher self, a version of you who's already navigated the challenges you're facing now. When you trust your intuition, you're tapping into the collective wisdom of all the versions of you that exist across time and space. It's like having an internal compass, one that guides you toward the choices and decisions that align most deeply with your soul's purpose. When in doubt, trust it. Trust that inner voice, because it's not just your thoughts talking, it's the accumulated wisdom of all the versions of you who've already walked this path, who've already faced this struggle, and who are reaching back to help you through. Sometimes these insights come as sudden bursts of clarity, moments where everything makes sense, where the fog lifts, and you see your path clearly. These moments of sudden realization are often messages from your parallel selves, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of your current situation. When these insights come, trust them. Don't dismiss them. They are the whispers of a version of you who's already seen the bigger picture, and they're sharing that wisdom with you in a moment of clarity. And then there's the pull. The unexplainable draw toward certain people, places, or experiences. Have you ever felt that magnetic attraction, as if something is calling you, urging you to go in a certain direction? This is another form of communication from your parallel selves, drawing you toward the people and places that hold the answers, the lessons, and the transformations you need. There's a reason you're drawn to certain experiences. There's a reason you meet the people you do. These are the connections that hold the keys to unlocking your growth, your potential, and your deepest purpose. As you move through your journey, remember that you're never alone. Every version of you from every choice is still out there, guiding you, supporting you, and sending you the signs and messages you need to navigate your path. Stay open, stay aware, and keep listening to the whispers, the nudges, and the synchronicities. They are the signs that you are aligned with something greater, something more beautiful than you can imagine. If this message resonates with you, if you felt the pull of synchronicity, the call of your intuition, or the guidance of your dreams, I invite you to leave a comment below saying signs to signal your connection with these energies. And don't forget to subscribe to the Soul Ascendancy channel so you can stay in tune with the messages that are here to guide you toward your highest self. Keep listening. Keep tuning in. Keep tuning in. Your path is unfolding, and you're exactly where you need to be. As we venture deeper into understanding the unseen forces and energies that shape our lives, it becomes increasingly clear that everything around us is interconnected. The synchronicities, dreams, intuition, sudden flashes of insight, and unexplainable pulls towards certain places and people all carry messages from within us, from other versions of ourselves, or from the universe itself. These messages, often subtle but powerful, weave a tapestry of wisdom and guidance that transcends the limitations of time and space. They are not random. They are not coincidental. They are purposeful and intentional, designed to lead us toward a greater understanding of ourselves and our path in this life. When we take a moment to pause and truly listen, when we choose to pay attention to the signs and signals that the universe sends our way, we begin to realize something profound: we are not walking this journey alone. There is a much deeper, unseen dimension at play in our lives, one that extends far beyond the physical world we experience daily. This hidden layer connects all versions of ourselves, those different versions of us who exist across countless timelines, realities, and possibilities. These alternate selves represent the choices we have made in other realities, the paths we have chosen in parallel lives, and the lessons we have learned through those experiences. These alternate versions of ourselves are not distant or detached from us. They are intricately linked to our present selves. In fact, they are constantly communicating with us in subtle and often unnoticed ways. Whether through sudden flashes of insight, moments of clarity, or feelings of deep knowing, they reach out to offer us guidance. These glimpses of wisdom come in various forms: synchronicities that seem too perfectly timed to be a coincidence, dreams that carry hidden messages, and bursts of intuition that lead us in unexpected directions. These are not random occurrences. They are the voices of our higher selves, the reflections of our alternate selves, calling us to recognize the deeper truths within us. The messages they send are not always direct, but when we learn to listen carefully, we begin to understand the language of these communications. It's through the patterns we notice, the emotions that arise at certain times, and the strange coincidences that we start to see a bigger picture. Each experience, each sign, is an opportunity for us to expand our consciousness, to move beyond the confines of our immediate reality, and to align ourselves more closely with our truest, most authentic selves. These messages are invitations to grow, to evolve, and to make choices that will bring us closer to our soul's purpose. The more we pay attention to these signs, the more we realize that we are part of something much larger than we might have previously understood. The universe, and all of our alternate selves across different dimensions, are constantly guiding us, encouraging us to step into our full potential. It is as if every version of us is working together, in a way we may not fully comprehend, to ensure that we are on the path that will lead us to our highest good. It's natural to dismiss these experiences as nothing more than coincidences, as fleeting moments that don't really mean anything. We may attribute them to chance or our overactive imagination, assuming they hold no greater significance. But when we begin to pay closer attention, when we take the time to notice the recurring patterns and subtle signs that appear throughout our lives, the truth becomes impossible to ignore. These moments are not random occurrences, they are part of a greater design, a meaningful pattern that is unfolding before our eyes. The more we observe, the clearer it becomes that these signs are a form of communication, a conversation, if you will, between our present self and our higher self. It is a dialogue that transcends the physical boundaries of time and space, one that connects us to versions of ourselves across dimensions, realities, and timelines. These signs are not isolated events, they are messages that link together, forming a coherent story that reveals itself piece by piece. Each synchronicity, each dream, each intuitive nudge is part of a larger conversation, a conversation in which the universe, and all of the versions of ourselves, is actively working to help guide us. This communication from the universe is not just about offering guidance when we are lost or confused. It is an ongoing dialogue, one that is continually inviting us to align with our soul's deepest desires, to move in the direction that is most true to our authentic self. The universe, through these signs, is reminding us of our purpose and helping us navigate the choices that lead us toward fulfillment. The more we tune into these signals, the more we realize that there is a deeper intelligence at work, a force that is actively helping us grow, make decisions, and step into the highest version of ourselves. By recognizing these signs as meaningful, as intentional acts of guidance, we open ourselves to a new way of experiencing the world. We no longer see ourselves as isolated beings, making decisions in a vacuum. Instead, we recognize that we are part of a greater web of existence, one that is constantly communicating with us, nudging us toward our highest potential. The universe and all the versions of us within it are not passive observers of our lives, they are active participants, helping us every step of the way. And when we start to see the interconnectedness of these signs, the wisdom they hold, we realize that we are never truly alone. We are always being guided, always being supported, and always being reminded that our path is one of purpose and meaning. The key to accessing the guidance that surrounds us is simple, yet profound awareness. It's the willingness to pause and truly pay attention to the world around you, to the subtle messages that might otherwise go unnoticed. The more you cultivate this awareness, the more you will begin to see the signs that are constantly present in your life. At first, they might appear as small, seemingly insignificant details, a repeating number, a sudden thought, or a fleeting feeling, but as you start to tune in, you'll find that these messages multiply, flowing toward you with greater clarity and frequency. It's almost as if the universe is waiting for you to wake up to its presence, to realize that there are forces at work behind the scenes, guiding you every step of the way. When you open yourself to this possibility, when you begin to acknowledge that there is more happening than meets the eye, the messages you receive become more powerful, more direct, and more aligned with your soul's path. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, will begin to speak louder to you, using every available channel: synchronicities, dreams, intuition, even physical sensations to help you understand that you are not alone in your journey. When you embrace these signs, when you welcome the synchronicities and the guidance, something incredible happens. You start to align yourself with the flow of the universe, with the energy that drives creation itself. It's as if you are tapping into a universal current, one that has always been there, waiting for you to acknowledge it. Once you do, you begin to see life through a different lens. You start to recognize that everything around you, every experience, every person, every choice is part of a much bigger picture. You see that nothing is random, that every moment, every interaction, and every decision you make is interconnected in a vast web of existence. In this awareness, you also come to understand that you are exactly where you need to be. Even in times of struggle or uncertainty, you realize that every twist and turn of your journey is a necessary part of your growth. You might not always understand why things are happening as they are, but by tuning into the signs, you start to trust that there is a greater plan at play, one that is leading you toward your highest potential. Every choice you make, every action you take, has a ripple effect, shaping the course of your journey in ways you might not fully comprehend. Yet, when you begin to align yourself with the signs, when you start listening to the messages that are being sent your way, you begin to make decisions that are in harmony with the flow of your true self. You move with greater confidence, knowing that you are guided by a wisdom that transcends your individual perspective. And in that knowing, you find peace, purpose, and the freedom to embrace the unfolding of your life with trust and gratitude. As you become more attuned to the signs and messages around you, you begin to understand that the universe is not just a random collection of events. It is a vast, interconnected web of consciousness, constantly communicating with you, offering insights and guidance from every possible angle. The synchronicities, the dreams, the intuitive hits, they are all part of a cosmic dialogue between your present self and the greater intelligence of the universe. And as you open yourself to this dialogue, you unlock a deeper connection to your higher self, to the versions of you that have walked different paths, made different choices, and are offering their wisdom to you in this moment. So let this be a reminder: every moment is full of meaning, and every sign, every synchronicity, is a message waiting to be received. All you need to do is be present, be aware, and allow yourself to trust in the process. When you do, you begin to see that you are not just a passive observer of life, you are an active participant, co-creating your reality with the universe one step at a time. These signs are not just meant to guide us toward our goals, they are meant to help us become who we are truly meant to be. They are nudges toward the version of ourselves that we have not yet fully embraced, the version of ourselves that is already living the life we desire, but in a parallel reality. When we tune into these messages, we are not only aligning ourselves with the universe's guidance, but also with the energy of the versions of ourselves who have already taken the paths we are considering. These versions have experienced the outcomes of the choices we are contemplating, and they are offering us their wisdom, their experience, and their knowledge so that we do not have to repeat the same mistakes, and so that we can move forward with confidence. In a world that is often chaotic, filled with distractions and noise, these signs offer us clarity. They offer us direction. They offer us direction. They offer us the assurance that we are not alone in our journey. Whether through a sudden insight, a dream, a flash of intuition, or a synchronicity, these messages serve as reminders that we are supported, that we are connected to something greater than ourselves, and that the universe is constantly working in our favor. As we continue on this path of discovery, we are reminded that the journey is not about reaching a destination, but about embracing the process, about learning from each step, and about trusting that every experience, no matter how difficult or uncertain, is part of the greater plan. Each synchronicity, each moment of clarity, each dream and intuitive hit is a step closer to realizing the truth of who we are, the truth of our soul's purpose, and the truth of the connections we share with all versions of ourselves. When you start to truly understand the significance of these signs and synchronicities, you realize that they are not just messages, they are invitations. Invitations to step into your power, to trust your inner guidance, to let go of doubt and fear, and to align with the higher version of yourself that is waiting for you to take that next step. It is an invitation to stop second-guessing yourself and start living with the confidence that comes from knowing you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you are meant to do. This is not just about recognizing these signs, it's about acting on them. It's about allowing them to guide you, not just in moments of doubt, but in every decision, in every interaction, and in every aspect of your life. It's about embracing the messages from your higher self and from the universe, knowing that they are leading you toward the life you've always dreamed of, the life you've always been meant to live. There will be times when the path seems unclear, when the signs seem distant or hidden, but in those moments, remember to trust. Trust that the signs will appear when you need them most, and trust that the universe is always communicating with you, even when it feels like there is silence. Just like in nature, there are seasons of growth and seasons of stillness. In those moments of stillness, take a breath, trust the process, and wait for the next sign to appear. It will come, and when it does, it will be exactly what you need. As you continue to walk your path, remember that you are not alone. You are supported by countless versions of yourself, each one offering you their wisdom, their experiences, and their guidance. The universe, too, is always by your side, nudging you toward the highest version of yourself, the version that is already living the life you desire. The signs are here, not just to show you the way, but to help you remember who you truly are and to awaken you to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. In the end, it all comes down to trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the signs, and trust in the process. You are exactly where you need to be. Every step you take, every sign you notice, is part of your journey toward greater self-awareness, self-love, and alignment with your highest purpose. Keep walking, keep listening, and keep trusting that the signs will guide you exactly where you need to go. As we close, take a moment to reflect on the signs that have appeared in your life. How have they guided you? What messages have they brought to you? Take note of them, honor them, and allow them to continue to lead you on your journey. If you feel aligned with these energies, leave signs in the comments below and subscribe to Soul Ascendancy for more insights, guidance, and support as you continue your journey. Remember, you are not alone, and the universe is always here, whispering to you through the signs, the dreams, and the synchronicities. Stay open, stay aware, and keep tuning into the messages around you.